we have a concept which we call direct programming that can automate things that they didn't even think they could automate. We know AI can get things wrong, but the user still has control here.
AI and the future. Where are things heading? Well, that's what we're talking about today here in the studio and with Ken from OpenMind. Ken, we've covered recently a lot about the new features available on hyperMILL when it comes to AI. But what's going to happen in years to come, or what's in concept at the moment?
Yeah, so we have a concept which we call direct programming. So we don't believe in, you just press a button, it uploads to the cloud and it gets programmed. For maybe simple parts, but more complex parts, it's going to need some kind of user interaction. So this direct programming is where you select a feature, and then it will give you, so it's automatically recognized all the similar holes, and then it's giving you a toolpath. Do you like it? If you don't like it, you can then say, give me the next one. So what it's now going to do, we're going to select a different area. So we're going to select this area here. So it's automatically going to recognize that it needs to extend it to the stock, and then it will then give you a toolpath. And then you can say, I don't want that one. And then you click, give me a different result. And when you're happy with that result, you would then say, okay, and then it accepts it. So this is really, I stress, it is a concept, but certainly this is something that we are actively working on. And I can see a great future with this technology.
What more do you need to do in order to roll it out and for it to be, a working option, do you think? Is it just testing? Is there certain things that, you need to take a step further?
This is just a concept is just the first idea of how it works. Things, we need to test it on more complex toolpaths. So it really, it's an idea that we think's got some legs, and we need to develop it further to make it, something that what everyone can use.
You by doing something like this, so do you take a lot of the skill out of using your software? Do you take a lot of the users' labour-intensive tasks out of the software? I guess that's all about what AI is, isn't it? But is it reliable? I suppose these are always the questions, aren't they?
This is it. Again, 100% relying on AI is dangerous. Do you really trust the result that AI? We know AI can get things wrong. But the user still has control here. If you don't like the result, you can ask it for the next one.
So these would be all the toolpaths that it's predicting and saying it should be and should be using.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, it is incredible to see where things are going, Ken. I mean, something like this with hyperMILL, from concept to reality, if things do get rolled out, are you talking months, years? How long does it generally take for you to develop something that becomes a working feature?
It is hard to tell. Normally it's a couple of years, but again, it depends if a lot of these things are also driven by demand and where the actual need is. And
are you finding your users at the moment? We've talked about recently about the AI areas within the software currently available. Is it something that's your audience or your customers are interested in? Are they going, Ken, how can you help me with this? What's new? What's happening? Are people genuinely thinking this can change my business? This type of
thing definitely can, but really we already have automation within hyperMILL called Automation Center, and particularly this year in the UK, we have sold an enormous amount of it because people are really recognizing that there's automation already available that can automate things that they didn't even think they could automate. So without even this technology that we're working on as a concept today, Automation Center can give people so many benefits, and it's not really touching a big majority of our customer base yet.